friends, and welcome to Just a Couple of Guys with your hosts, the lovable and, shall we say, impersonator of Jerry Seinfeld himself, Pat Crimmins, and yours truly, Ray Rogina, now in our third season. We're back at beautiful, and I say beautiful, RiverEdge Park in Aurora on the east side on Broadway Avenue, Route 25. And we're here because there's a big concert series, Pat, that starts this weekend with Blues Fest.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about it.
Well, Jim Jarvis, the general manager, will give us all we need to know about not only Blues Fest this weekend, but the entire summer series. You know, I have it in my hand here, and I don't want to, spoil anything, but Pat, there's a number of groups here that both you and I would have liked to hear back in our day. And we're happy to hear them now.
Yes, we're very excited to hear them. I'm very excited to hear Jim talk about them.
And so, after a commercial break, we're going to go inside, and you get the chance to see this great facility. And we're going to do that after a word from one of our fine sponsors. Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina. We all know the importance of cultural activities and summer concerts at the beautiful RiverEdge Park are the way to bring the music home. What's better than time outside with family and friends? And this particular summer concert series is a stellar activity for all music lovers. Enjoy Chicago's largest suburban summer blues fest, Blues on the Fox, on June 14th and 15th. On June 21st, there's Three Dog Night with special guest Asia featuring John Payne. On July 20th, you can take a leap back in time to the I Love the 90s tour. And on August 16th, it's time to get the lead out. Those are some of the highlights from RiverEdge's amazing summer of music. Check out the full schedule at riveredgeaurora.com.
Tony, your parents know you're over here again, right?
Yep.
Great.
Tony lives next door. See, his parents decided to just use their phone for home internet. So when everyone is on, Tony's over here streaming and drinking all my soda.
My dog.
Switch to fast internet on the Xfinity 10G network today. The future starts now.
We're going to bed, Tony.
Good night. I'll lock up if I leave.
Get real home internet on the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity.
Well, we're back on a beautiful, absolutely beautiful, gorgeous late spring afternoon. We're with the Chief Programming and Marketing Officer of the Aurora Civic Center Authority, and more importantly for this segment, the General Manager of RiverEdge Park, a friend of the podcast who's been here before, one Jim Jarvis.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I got the longest title in the world that means absolutely nothing whatsoever. All the other duties.
Well, as long as you brought that up, let's talk a minute about your background getting here to these two positions.
Yeah, you got it. So really, here in Aurora, Tim Rader, who was our CEO, and I worked for Tim in Arlington Heights. We ran the Metropolis Performing Arts Center. Tim left to come open get the Broadway series going. I took his job at Metropolis, and then he called me one day and said, "Hey, you want to do this again? We're getting the band together." So we were like the Blues Brothers, and so I got in the car and put on some sunglasses, drove to Aurora, and 13, 14 years later, I'm still here and having a blast.
Very nice.
Very nice. Well, tell us a little bit for the folks at home who don't know. The RiverEdge Park. Tell us a little bit about how it started, what it is.
Sure. So RiverEdge Park started, it was during the Tom Wisner administration. So they took this giant area here that was really kind of more of a junk field and decided they wanted to turn it into something, an economic developer for Aurora, right? So they made this by day it is a park. So you can come, you can hang out. There's a bike path right there. People hang out and go fishing and stuff. And starting on the weekend, we turn this into a concert venue. And I will say one of the coolest things about it is 87% of the people that come to RiverEdge Park come from outside of Aurora. So they're doing exactly what they were hoping to do. And that's economic income from the surrounding communities.
and you have a variety of things here. We're going to get to the music and everything else that's going on in the summer.
Yep.
But during the Christmas time, you have what here?
We have Ho 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 Chris Kindle Market.
Yes.
We were all sitting upstairs not too long ago.
Right.
We've done 2 podcasts from the Chris Kindle
Right, and
Market.
Ray was even saying we were on stage. I remember the big tent was there. And I don't know how I remember though, because he had a lot of steins of beer, if I recall, during that time period.
I was not driving. But isn't he a couple of gold coats away, or a couple of appearances away from a gold jacket?
Yeah, we've got a leader in the clubhouse, but you could get there momentarily. Cause
Let me know how much it's going to
we'll
cost
be
me.
back here for the Kindle Market again and so forth. But yeah, anything else besides the Chris Kindle Market, just during the off season, if you will, from the time the concert season ends until we come back to late spring.
Sure, I think there's a couple of different things. Like, you know, the cool thing is they used to do on Free Kite Day during that time period. People would fly the kites out there on stuff. That there is a water lantern festival. It's not ours, but they come in and they use our park, and that's going to be in September. So they come in, they build these water lanterns, they put them right there in the river, and they float down.
Very nice.
And it's super cool, and it's at night on stuff.
So the park is for lease as well?
Yeah, so you can rent the park. We've got a division that will do that kind of thing. So, man, if you want to get married here, if you want to go on stage and do your best Mick Jagger or Taylor Swift, go nuts if you want to rent it from us.
Maybe a podcast event.
Or a podcast event. Who could do a podcast event?
A note to the director and the cinematographer.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to take a break now?
Yeah, let's take a small break. When we return, we're going to get to what we're really looking for specifically, and that is the full, complete, comprehensive lineup for this summer, starting with the big Blues Fest this weekend. A commercial, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hello friends, this is Ray Rokina. Looking for fun, fitness, and family time? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐷 Parks and Recreation's aquatic centers have all that. Visit the center of 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐷 and dive into Adventure Island for year-round indoor fun, swim lessons, water aerobics, or our one-of-a-kind warm water therapy pool. This summer, splash around Wing Park Family Aquatic Center, or enjoy a day at the soon-to-be reopened Lord's Park Family Aquatic Center. Both feature exciting water slides, kiddie pools, lap pools, and shaded picnic areas. Our friendly team and top-notch facilities make every visit special. Head to 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐷's aquatic centers and see why they're our community's favorite spot to cool off, get fit, and make memories.
The Kane County Cougars are back for the summer. The best family entertainment around features sunshine, baseball, and fireworks through Labor Day. With great food, entertainment, giveaways, and running the bases after every game, there's something for everyone at a Cougars game. Thirsty Thursdays feature $2 beer, pop, and hot dogs. And on Sunday day games, a $15 ticket gets you $15 right back in concessions at the ballpark. Visit us at beautiful Northwestern Medicine Field this summer and make your family memories today.
We're back at the Thomas Weisner RiverEdge Park with Jim Jarvis and my partner Pat Crimmins, and we're going to talk about what we came to talk about, and that is the schedule for the summer here at RiverEdge Park. I read through a lot of the material I had that you have a lot of returning customers, first of all.
We do.
And so this is not only dedicated to them. We know you're going to be coming back for some of these shows. We want to bring the new people back as well, and so listen carefully. You'll find something, I think, that you're going to like this summer. Let's start with a big event in Aurora every year, and that's Blues Fest this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
Right, and so just so everybody knows, Blues Fest really pays homage to Bluebird Records. So back in the 40s, Bluebird Records used one of the buildings here as a recording studio, and they took some of the top blues artists in the Midwest during that time period. They recorded all these great artists, and so this is what we're doing is we're celebrating the blues. Everybody thinks Chicago, but man, Aurora was a driving force for a long time. Friday night, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐷 𝐾𝐫, amazing artist, right? Dude was is a Chicago bus driver. To this day, the dude is still a driver. Right, and then he's out there at night, and he plays Buddy Guys, he travels the world, and man, I got to tell you.
And if I'm correct, Buddy Guy closed down the Blues Fest in Chicago last night. I believe he was with him.
I believe you are correct.
A little gig at the end of the show.
Because those guys were tight and are tight, and so I got to tell you what, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐷 𝐾𝐫 kicks it off Friday night. Then Robert Randolph, one of the best slide guitar players of all time. It's been years since we had him, but I got to tell you, like, everybody talks about how great he is, and great guitarists themselves, like Eric Clapton, Joe Bonamassa. Like, everybody pays homage to this dude. Be there. He's going to be great. Saturday, I can tell you that any person that is playing on Saturday could easily have been a headliner here. Wayne Baker Brooks comes from the lineage, right, of blues and his family. But that dude didn't even think twice about it. Like, yeah, let me in. I'm there. He's going to kick it all off. Right after him, a super great guy, Guy King. You listen to that guy talk about, he grew up in Israel. He used to walk, literally, it sounds like one of those, I walked up 5 miles, but he literally walked 4 miles every day to go listen to the blues and practice guitar and walk back home again on stop. Amazing, amazing artist, the most soulful sound you're ever going to hear. Joanne Shaw Taylor, truly, like, she is dominating the boards all over the place. If you look at any of the blues magazines, you see a picture of her all over the place. She kills it in the UK, one of the best, if not the best blues artists out of there. First time we've ever had her. And then Big Head Todd and the Monsters. We've been trying to get those guys for years. And it was funny because some people are like, Big Head Todd at a Blues Fest? Let me tell you something. Buddy Guy took them on tour and toured for like a year with them. Buddy anoints them blues. Those dudes are blues. And they are, man. They're blues and they're soul and they're rock and they're R&B. Couldn't ask for a better way to kick it off.
Now, Friday is just a night attraction. It's 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock session.
Yep.
But you open the doors on Saturday about 2 o'clock, and the first session at 3 o'clock.
Right, yeah. Wayne goes on at 3, and then we go 3, 5, 7, 9. So
right.
3 is Wayne, 5 is Guy King, 7 Joanne, and 9 Big Head Todd.
What about our fans and our listeners and viewers who want to know about tickets?
Tickets. All you got to do, it's super simple, and I will tell you, we have some of the most affordable. Everybody talks about how outrageous, right, tickets are anymore, and for a variety of reasons. So our goal is to try to make this as accessible as possible for everyone. So right now, you can come to Blues and see Toronzo and Robert Randolph for $20. You can either go online and get them at RiverEdgeAurora.com. You can go to the box office or day of. And Saturday, it's only $25 to see all 4 of them.
Wow.
You can't see Big Head Todd on your own for $25. They go $45, $50. They play Red Rocks every year, sell that thing.
Now, let's talk about the fact that we're going to have an interlude here, and I see the sign over there that says beverages.
Yeah.
You got some new purveyors this year, as I understand it.
We do. We have some new purveyors of beers. And, hey, Tanya is our food and beverage manager.
Tanya walking across in the back there,
yeah,
thank you.
Yell to me who our local distributors or breweries are in the Fox Valley area.
We have Alter Brewing.
Alter
from
Brewing.
St. Charles,
Yes.
we like that.
Good.
Go.
We have 𝐒𝐰𝐚𝐲 Brewing out of Sycamore. We have Sketchbook out of Chicago. And we have Heartland.
Hey, you're eating up my time.
Coastal. Sketchbook. No, we did that. Sketchbook.
All
Chicago.
All right, that's close.
Oh, and the biggest one of all is Brother Chimp. They're out of North Aurora.
Oh,
And we have wine this year that is in packets, right?
Also local.
And who are they from out of Plainfield?
Sable Creek Winery.
Sable Creek Winery,
Hey,
delicious.
When you're talking wine, you're talking a packet of wine.
There you
That's
go,
what
packet
you
of wine.
Will there be hot chocolate from the Christmas?
It's still left over. We make Glühwein. It's part of our contract forever
Okay.
until
All right.
we ever
All
lose
right.
it. Yes.
Pat and I are going to run through the lineup for the summer here. You got to throw in a few comments about each one.
You got
We
it.
think that's it. So listen carefully. You're going to find something for you in there.
I feel like we're playing a game like Alex.
Starting with old friends of mine, because I went to a concert to see them in the International Amphitheater in the 70s. 3 Dog Night.
Yes. I will say this. 3 Dog Night, absolutely amazing. Super excited. We tried to get him before on stop. And I might have been there. And honestly, I think I was smoking weed at the
I smelled some.
Yes.
I
Statute
smelled some
yeah.
weed.
Statute of
He
limitations.
was smoking it. I was just smelling it.
He was selling the burrito I bought after the show. That's what happened there.
Jeremiah was indeed a bull.
He was. At least
Yeah,
that's
a
what
good
I was
friend of
seeing.
yours,
He was a good
Yes.
friend of mine.
And then they're playing with Asia.
Now, are these
Asia and
usually-
John Payne. Asia and John Payne are going to
Right.
be there.
Yeah. So they're opening for him. So, like, what a great combination of 70s, right? Classic rock.
Now we go to the next Friday, the
Yeah.
28th of June. Again, this is all on the website. A tribute to rock with horns. Downtown Alive presents the Chicago Experience.
You bet. So, look, we do 2 concerts a year. It's a long-standing tradition, 25 years. They're called Downtown Alive. Our goal is to make it accessible, right? So if you bought it before June 1st to pay $2, and now you're only paying $5.
$5.
$5 to see a show.
Wow.
You can't even buy beers at places for $5. The joint I bought at that show we were both at back in the 70s cost me $5. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? So,
The less I know, the better I'm playing.
but here's the thing. They're great. Big horn section. People love them. They sold out last time they were here a couple of
They
years
play,
ago.
when you say Chicago, they play
The band-
Chicago tunes?
Chicago.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's huge for me because
Yeah.
that's my favorite group.
Do
Yeah,
they
me
play
too.
Saturday in the park on Friday night? That's the question.
You tell them. You just yell out whatever you want. You're Pat. You can do whatever you
That's
want.
right.
Pat.
That's
All right, now, 4th of July is in the middle of the week. It's on a Thursday.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday night, we all want fireworks. So if they come here on Wednesday night, July 3rd, besides fireworks, what are they going to see?
So it's cool because we do a big dance party and the city throws the whole thing. DJ Suave Smooth. You and I were talking about it
Suave
before. No,
Smooth.
you and I, somebody, Kevin.
I have
And
that tattooed on my ankle.
It is. It's super. I did it actually. That wasn't very good, but now my hand's steadier.
Yes.
But look, and it's great. Like bring the kids. This is a family event. It's all free. And what they'll do is the city will fire fireworks along the river, not too far from us. They put up a big red balloon up about 100 yards up in the air. As long as you can see that balloon, that means somewhere in the park you'll be able to see the fireworks. We get anywhere from about 4,000 to 10,000, depending on how the weather is. But it is a fun time. To
What,
be.
speaking of capacity, though, what is the capacity of this place?
So
if,
for
if it's all filled up, what do you have?
Sure. So for a concert itself, it's 6,000. When we do the fireworks, we open up some additional space back there that we wouldn't for a concert, so that can go up to 10,000.
Very nice.
And,
Yeah.
and you told us a little bit about putting up some screens this year.
Right. So we've been doing it. This has been a year and a half in the making. They're working on them right now. Those are jumbotrons up there. Yeah, those are brand new. There's another one right behind us on the sound tower. I went over the box. Those are the same quality and the same manufacturer as the Stones are using when those guys are out on tour. Believe me, it's going to be a game changer. You're going to see from all that.
So that augments everybody's ability to see and
Yeah.
enjoy the music. That's fantastic.
Now, on Friday, July 12th, this will be probably for Pat because this will be his college years. We have 16 Candles, the nation's premier 80s
Yes.
pop experience. 80s. And Pat, of course, is a child, I say a child, a student of the 80s. So talk
Acted
about
childish
that.
a few times.
Talk about that a little
Look,
bit.
16 Candles is just a party band.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're, and I don't mean to downplay that at all. They're great. They're extraordinarily talented. Cover every song you can imagine in the 80s on stuff. High pace dance party. I'm telling you, and that's another one. Like $2 to $5 when those
You can't
downtown
beat those
alive.
prices. Yeah.
Bring the kids. Bring the like. You can bring everybody. Hang out and see the show. But it's going to be fun. And
Sounds
it's been years
fantastic.
since they've been here. People love it. We're looking forward to having them back again.
Now, what it might be a better decade for music, the 90s.
Oh, right.
July 20th.
Yes.
I love the 90s tour. Vanilla Ice, the real Vanilla Ice.
Yes,
the real
it's
Vanilla
funny. I
Ice
got my
band.
cheat sheet out just in case.
Let's get,
Yes.
let's get a couple
He's
tickets.
got the one song, or what's he got?
No, he plays about 5 or 6 songs,
Good.
and he's the headliner.
And we got Rob, bass.
Yep, Rob bass.
Kid and Play.
Yep,
I'm assuming he's a rapper.
yep.
Yeah.
Tone low.
Tone Loc and Color Me Bad.
Yeah. So look, we did this before, and I will say this: it's one of those evenings where you just realize everything's right in the world. Because here's the deal: it didn't make a difference what color you were, or what you did for a living, or whatever else. Everybody was here that night, and they're up on their feet, and they're dancing, and they're enjoying the show, and that's what it was all about. And the funny part is, Ice brought probably 100 people on stage, audience people. He just said, "Who wants to get up here?" And I will always remember that. At one point, I got a call from my wife who said, "What are our kids doing on stage?" Because, in fact, they were with Vanilla Ice right next to them. And Vanilla took one of my kids' headphones off. It's like, "You don't need this." Gave him a bottle of water, and they were shooting water as they were singing on it. But it is, man. It's a party, and it's fun. And everybody comes out, does their hits, and then next band, and there's a DJ in between. Totally cool.
All right, moving to the last weekend in July, maybe for us elderly folk, a little more in my genre. Bob Seger experience with Hollywood Nights.
Yeah, Seger, man. Those guys are great. We had them come out of New Jersey about 4 or 5 years ago. First time we had them, there was a couple thousand people. A couple of thousand people fell in love with them. Next day they came back, it was 5,000 people. And look, they hit. You forget how many tunes Seger really. I grew up on that stuff with you guys, right?
Yeah.
So the amount of songs you just sing all night long with Seger, it's fun. And he doesn't pretend to be Seger, but I will tell you what, the dude's got the voice, and he just owns the station. They're super cool.
I like
nice.
to be driving when I listen to CD.
Yeah.
You know, do you have that option available?
You can, right down the bike path. It will cost you $25 a ride. And it's in the back of a golf cart.
That doesn't like bikes.
Yeah.
Sure,
All right.
that's all it is. Now, of course, no concert series would be without the Bee Gees.
Say
August
what
10th.
you want, right? I grew up with the Beatles, the Stones, Sabbath, and I used to go in and as a guilty pleasure sing Bee Gees tunes in my bedroom. And to this day I do the same thing.
And that's August 10th.
Yeah. And I will tell you this, it's another one of those bands and they travel the world doing it. I've worked with them for like 23 years now. They sound dead on like the Bee Gees. And people don't realize how hard it is to hit those Bee Gees harmonies
I
and
know.
those notes.
The shower. It's right there.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, turn on the hot water to burn yourself.
Now, will Steve Dahl be here for the Bee Gees or no?
Yes, we're going to do a disco demolition.
Still concocting a disco demolition for Nashville. Now, our dear friend Led Zeppelin, we cannot leave a concert series without Uncle Led and a celebration of the Mighty Zepp. August 16th, get the lead out.
Yeah, Paul Sinclair is the closest thing to Robert Plant. In fact, Paul Sinclair's voice was used on the HBO TV series Home because he sounds dead on like, again, man, they have 5 or 6 or 7 actually, band members because they go, hey, look, Zeppelin did what they did with that amount of people. Nobody can do that. Right. We're paying homage to them, but those guys are great, man. And it's a 2.5 hour show. It's nothing but Zeppelin hits. The cool thing about Get the Lead Out, they keep a list of every single show they play on the set list, so they don't repeat the entire set list next time they're here. They've sold out 8 years in a row. We've got 5,000 tickets sold, which means we've got about 1,000 tickets sold.
And rumor
that's
has
not
it that Jimmy Page must have.
Well, from what I understand, I cannot confirm or deny. Just like Ray's CIA days.
That's right. Then we have, I believe,
I saved this one for you. I know you want to talk about
August 17th, a celebration of love, live music, Poi Dog.
Oh, yes, Poi Dog.
And I have some of that on Spotify.
I got to tell you that Poi Dog Pondering, like Frank Oro and that organization, all those people are just so cool, right? That I used to work with Frank when Tim and I worked at Metropolis Performing Arts Center. They came here and they fell in love with the place. And I will tell you what, Poi Dog is just nothing but an uplifting show. If you're not on your feet dancing, singing, feeling good about that show when you're done, then you're dead. You're a zombie. Go walking in the river right there on stuff. But the cool thing about it is Poi could go anywhere to kick off their 40th anniversary tour. They came here to RiverEdge Park because it's part of the family. So we're looking forward to it. They bring out the dancers, there's bodies coming in. It's going to be a fun.
All right, the end of the summer, of course, is traditionally the Labor Day weekend, and August 31st is Saturday, and then we have Sunday and Monday Labor Day. And we have, and I say this, the advertisement says the world's #1 tribute to Fleetwood Mac. We can debate that, but that's what my
contractually,
buddy,
I have to do this every time you say it.
That's what my buddy is saying here. We're talking about the group Tusk.
There's my fingers.
August 31st,
yeah.
End of the series, Tusk. Talk about that.
So look, Tusk, same thing. We discovered them a couple of years ago and stuff. And I will tell you, we took a year off from Tusk, and we got inundated with emails about when are you guys going to bring those guys back. We were Tuskless. Thank you so much.
Not a good look.
But man, they play all the hits. They play some deep cuts. They sound like just like.
We have somebody who sounds like Stevie Nicks up there.
You do.
Oh,
and
please.
if I'm not mistaken, they are bringing a special guest for that last song, Tusk, and a marching band.
Well, you know, in that one, in their video, they brought the Southern Cal marching band on stage.
Yes.
They did. So that's an intriguing piece here because
I cannot say more.
That's fine. But that was unbelievable on the video they had. That brought the USC marching band on to play the Tusk. So
now, am I wrong here? Tusk was an album, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. See? We're still all right.
We were playing a game show. You connect that?
That's right.
Now, yes.
My music tastes are
RiverEdgeAurora.com, where you can go, as Jim has said, for any and all tickets to this series. Make your dates, pick your spots, and come to beautiful Thomas J. Wisner RiverEdge Park for a night that you'll probably remember for a long time because it's really a beautiful setting along the Muddy Fox here.
Yeah.
And You know, today's a great day. That would be a great night for a concert.
Well, I got to tell you this too. In all seriousness, when artists come up, and we've seen it with everybody, with Buddy and Willie Nelson and 𝐑𝐤𝐸𝐬𝐬𝐬, like the list goes on. The cool thing, when these lights go down, and what people can't see behind us is downtown Aurora. Everything is lit up. Like, there's no prettier place. Man. You
Isn't it the city of lights?
It is the city of
The
lights.
bridge at night, the bridge right going across here, the walking bridge is really beautiful.
Yeah, and it lights up as well. And like,
You know, my harmonica's in the car. Shall we?
I say you hang on until Friday and come join us. Okay. And let me say this too, like part of what we tried to do, like we don't own the parking across the street. The parking's $10. Like go to the city and try to get parking for $10. Beers are either $7 or $9. You know what I mean? Like everything we do, we tried to make it an affordable experience. Keep coming back, hanging out.
I'm staring at my wife who knows how much we paid for parking in the city over this past weekend. So yes, you were exactly correct. Jim, we can't thank you enough for a comprehensive view of what is going to be a fabulous summer here at RiverEdge Park.
It's going to be cool. Thank you guys so much. It's always fun to get to hang out with you guys.
A commercial, and Pat and I will be back with some, closing comments. So stay tuned. Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina. Are you looking for the place to be? Voted best live music and entertainment venue by the Daily Herald in 2023? That would be Old Republic in Elgin, an indoor-outdoor hub with classic American eats, beer, and cocktails, plus the best sports bar, burgers, wings, and ribs. Best value? Old Republic. Another good place to be. Well, we're back, and Pat, just a few closing comments. It was a wonderful interview with Jim. You're right, he probably is going to get a gold jacket eventually for his service here to the podcast.
Being on the podcast multiple times, he earned a gold jacket. But as I said earlier, he is a wonderful addition to the city of Aurora. Aurora's lucky to have him. His passion, his energy, and his lust for music and all things pavilion here.
Pat, I've got this list in front of me, and I have an idea, but you've heard all the different acts that are coming here. If there's one that jumps out to you that you would say, I'd want to attend that event more than any other, what would it be?
I would probably say the Bob Seger thing, because I did go see Bob Seger.
Did you?
As a youth.
As a youth?
Yes.
As a youth? As a youth or a youth?
As a youth.
As a youth. Yeah, Seger is wonderful, and the guy who does that, according to Jim, is spot on.
Right.
Now, I would pick Three Dog Night simply for the fact that I have seen them, and he's right. He's right. I didn't inhale in college, and so when I got there and I smelled this thing in the arena, I wondered, what is it? But it turned out that it was what Jim described it to be,
yes.
And so he was very, very accurate on that. It was the old International Amphitheater where the '68 convention was held as well. And the Bulls played there for a while.
We talked about waiving the Fifth Amendment on it. So go ahead. It's time is right.
But anyway, it really looks like a wonderful, wonderful series. I mean, the notes I read suggest that they sell out quite a bit down.
Sure. And new concessions, beers.
Oh, I like that.
Culture Brewing.
Our crack cinematographer purposely turned that camera around and let them talk about that.
Sure.
And that was very good. This place, just one more time, for those of you watching for the first time, you say, where's RiverEdge Park? It's right on Broadway Avenue here, Route 25, and the parking across the street is where the transportation center is, so you should have no problem. And you heard the numbers he threw out for Blues Fest. Seems like it's, 20, 25, but $2 and $5 for several of those concerts is
beers for
it's
like
quite
$7. Nice.
Yeah, very nice. So again, we hope that we've given you an opportunity to make some selections for the summer, and trust me, you'll come down here and enjoy it immensely.
Get that website out for people that want more details.
I will. It's RiverEdgeAurora.com. Go there, you get tickets. It also says a note you can get tickets at the Paramount Theater. So you go down to Paramount and get tickets here as well, and so whatever. So you'll get tickets. It's easy. And if not, Pat will be out in the transportation center scalping.
It's a side job for me. Thank you.
So, he's not here again, but we know he's going to be here soon.
Oh, yes.
Our trusty producer.
Absentee publisher.
Of No, Kevin Ketchum, the publisher of Fox Valley Magazine.
That's right.
He's the owner of the publishing company.
Unless it's tax time, I can't keep.
I understand. But anyway, Paul SCUCO, wherever you are, we're glad you're coming back, and we'll see you soon. For our crafty, and I repeat, crafty guy who moves the chess pieces around like they're unbelievable. Kevin Ketchum, always adorned in that nice blue shirt. A different hat today, though.
Right.
But still,
Very sunny.
Looking very springy. For my partner Pat Crimmins, yours truly Ray Rogina, saying so long from RiverEdge Park along the mighty Fox River in beautiful Aurora, Illinois. See you soon. So long, everyone.
I sit and listen to